You have been moving through life with this quiet, unshakable force that most people cannot even begin to understand. They see the results, they see the way you carry yourself, they see the impossible situation you've navigated, but they cannot see the weight, the nights you spent wondering if you'd make it through, the moments when everything inside you screamed to just stop. And yet somehow, impossibly, you kept going. That's what's catching their attention now. This influential group, the ones who have their eyes on you, they are not just noticing you from a distance. They are watching you with this deep, profound respect that comes from recognizing something rare in another person. They see the signs. They see the way you have forged in fires that would destroy most people have destroyed. And they are not just impressed. They are convinced you are the one who was meant to step into this moment, the one who was designed to handle what's coming, the one who carries something ancient and powerful inside, something that cannot be taught, something that can only be earned through the exact kind of life you have lived. Let me paint you a picture. Of what's actually happening here, because I know you have been so caught up in the chaos, so consumed by the daily battles, that you haven't been able to step back and see what everyone else is seeing. It's like you have been standing in the middle of a hurricane, holding everything together with your bare hands. And you are so focused on surviving that you haven't noticed the people gathering on the edges of the storm, watching you with their mouths open, whispering to each other about what you are doing. This influential group, they are not casual observers. They are people. These are people who have been a lot, who have seen a lot. They have watched others crumble under far less pressure. They have seen talent, ambition, drive, but they have never seen what you have shown them. They have never seen someone take the kind of hits you have taken and not just survive, but transform. They have never seen someone carry the weight of so many different battles, personal battles, professional battles with your own mind and heart, and still show up every single day with that fire in your eyes. And here's what they are saying about you. They are saying you are the chosen one. Wait a minute. Before your brain jumps to some unrealistic idea of what that means, let me tell you what they actually see. They don't mean chosen in the way that you have been handed everything on a silver platter, the way some people think of favor or destiny. No, they mean chosen in the way that life itself, the universe, selected you specifically because you were strong enough to carry something that needed to be carried. They see the adversity you have been through, and they don't pity you. They respect you. That's much more important. Respect you. They see the losses, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, the moment when everything you built got torn down. And instead of seeing a victim, they see someone who has been prepared for something bigger, prepared prepared to lead, prepared to show others what's possible when you refuse to give up. This influential group, they are not just saying you are a hero in some abstract, meaningless way. They are saying it because they have watched you do things that don't make sense on paper. They have watched you recover from setbacks that should have been career-ending, life-ending. They have watched your integrity when everyone around you was selling out. They have watched you stay true to your values when it would have been so much easier, so much more convenient to just bend. And they don't understand how you do it, but they know it's real. They know it's not a performance. They know it's who you actually are. And that's what makes them believe in you so completely. Think about the people who have tried to tear you down along the way. The ones who saw your potential and felt threatened by it. The ones who tried to crush your spirit, your confidence, your belief in yourself. They underestimated you. They assumed that the weight you were carrying would eventually break you. They assumed that the constant pressure, the endless challenges, the relentless demands on your energy and your heart would finally push you over the edge. But here's what they didn't understand. They didn't understand that every single thing they threw at you was actually making you stronger. Every betrayal, every moment of profound pain was forging something inside you that couldn't be broken. They saw your vulnerability and they thought it was a weakness. They saw your compassion and they thought it was something to exploit. But you turned all of it into your greatest strength. That's what this influential group sees now. They see the diamond that was created under all that pressure. They see the way you rebuilt yourself from the ground up, piece by piece, brick by brick, and created something even more solid, even more beautiful than what was there before. They see the way you learned to set boundaries, to protect your energy, to say no to things that don't serve you, your highest purpose. And they are stunned. They are genuinely stunned because they know people who have been through far less and never recovered. They know people who had every advantage and still couldn't make it. But you rose from the ashes of your own life and became something that cannot be ignored. And now they are gathering around you. This group, this intelligence group, they are not just random admirers. These are people who have power, influence, resources, and they are looking at you with this deep recognition. They recognize a fellow warrior. They recognize someone who's been in the trenches, and come out the other side with their soul intact. They recognize someone who can be trusted with important things, with heavy things, with things that require a level of integrity and strength that most people simply don't possess. They know that when they when they give you something to carry, you will not drop it. When they trust you with their vision, their dreams, their legacy, you will honor it. Because you have already proven that you can carry the weight. You've already proven that you can handle the pressure. And that, more than anything else, is why they are saying you are the one, the chosen one. But let me speak to something, and I know it's sitting in the back of your mind. That little voice that's whispering, what if it's not true? What if I'm actually just barely holding on and everyone is going to see through it eventually? What if one more thing breaks and I finally fall apart? I know that voice. I know it intimately. Because no one carries the kind of weight you have been carrying without feeling that fear at some point. They fear that you are actually one step away from losing it all. They fear that you are secretly weaker than everyone thinks. They fear that eventually, somehow you are going to be exposed as someone who doesn't really have it together. But here's what you need to understand about yourself. You wouldn't still be standing if you were not built for this. You wouldn't still have that fire in your eyes if something inside you hadn't decided long ago that you were going to make it through no matter what. The very fact that you are still here, still fighting, still believing, still getting up every single morning and facing whatever comes, that is proof. That is proof. Undeniable proof. That is the evidence. That's what everyone around you sees, even when you cannot see it yourself. You are so deep in the middle of the struggle that you cannot see the mountain you have already climbed. You're so focused on the next obstacle that you don't realize how far you have already come. And here is something that's really important to hear. People are saying you are a hero not because you are perfect, not because you have never struggled, not because you have never had moments of doubt or weakness. They are saying it precisely because of all those things. Because of all those things. They are saying it because they see someone who's experienced the full depth of human pain and heartbreak and still choose to keep their heart open, still choose to keep loving. That's important. Still choose to help others, even when they were drowning themselves. Still choose to believe in something better, something bigger. That's what real heroism looks like. It's not about being fearless. It's about being afraid and doing it anyway. It's not about never falling. It's about getting back up one more time than you fell. I want you to really hear this part because it's important. This respect this influential group is showing you, it's not about what you have accomplished in the traditional sense. It's not about money or status or titles. It's about who you have become through everything you've been through. It's about the depth of your character, the resilience of your spirit, the purity of your heart. They see you as someone who can be trusted with something real, something meaningful, something that will outlast any of us. And that's a rare thing. That's a precious thing. That's not something that can be earned through ambition alone, or cleverness, or even hard work. It's something that earned through suffering, through transformation, through becoming the kind of person who can carry the weight of other people's hopes and dreams without crumbling. This group, they see you as a leader, not because you asked to be one, not because you sort out power or influence, but because you simply showed up and did the work. You showed up and did the healing. You showed up and took responsibility for your own life and your own actions. You showed up and faced the things that most people run from. And that kind of presence, that kind of authenticity, it commands respect. It draws people to you. It makes them want to follow you, to learn from you, to be near you. And let me address something else. I know you have been feeling, I know, that constant pressure, that feeling like you are never doing enough, like you are always behind, like you need to be more, do more, achieve more, just to stay ahead of the wave. I know that feeling very well. It's exhausting, it's draining. It can feel like you are running a marathon that never ends. But here's the thing. The people who truly see you, the ones in this influential group, they are not looking at you to perform. They are not waiting for you to prove something. They have already seen the proof. They already believe. They are watching you now, not to see if you can do more, but to see how you handle what's already been given to you. And they are deeply impressed. They are moved. They are touched by the way you carry yourself with so much grace under such intense pressure. And now I want to talk about something that might be a little uncomfortable, but I need you to hear it. I'll say it gently. I'll try. Part of the reason you have been fully seen for this yourself is because you have been so focused on helping others, on being there for everyone else, on carrying everyone else's burdens. You have been the rock for so many people, the safe space, the shoulder to cry on, the voice of reason. And that's beautiful. It's truly one of your greatest gifts. But it's also what's kept you from taking a step back and seeing your own magnificence. You have been so busy holding everyone else up that you haven't noticed how strong you have become in the process. You have been so focused on everyone else's healing that you haven't fully internalized your own transformation. And this group, they see this. They see how much you give. They see how much of yourself you pour into others. And they respect you for it, but they also want you to know something. It's okay to receive. It's okay to let others hold you up for a change. It's okay to accept the love, the support, the admiration that's coming your way. This isn't about ego. This isn't about becoming arrogant or thinking you are better than anyone else. This is about allowing yourself to see the truth of who you are. This is about letting the recognition in so you can step fully into the role you were meant to play. You can feel the weight you have been carrying. And I can feel how heavy it's been. I can sense the exhaustion that comes from constantly pushing forward, constantly overcoming, constantly rebuilding. But I want you to think about something for a moment. What if all of that weight was actually preparing you for this moment? What if every single thing you have been through, every loss, every heartbreak, betrayal, failure, was specifically designed to bring you to this place? Just think about it. What if you are not just someone who survived, but someone who was being prepared to lead? What if the people who are seeing you as a hero are actually right? Not because they are looking through rose-colored glasses, but because they are seeing something real, something true, something undeniable. The heroes we remember throughout history, the ones who really made a difference, they were not people who had easy lives. They were not people who coasted through without any problems. They were people who faced incredible adversity, who suffered, who lost, who struggled, and who somehow found the strength to keep going. They were people who experienced pain and turned it into purpose. That's what you have been doing. That's what everyone around you is seeing. You have been in the fire, and instead of being consumed by it, you've come out of shining. You've come out stronger. You've come out with the clarity and the purpose that most people spend their whole lives searching for. And now this influential group is gathering around you, recognizing what you have become, and they want to be part of whatever comes next. They want to support you, to help you, to walk alongside you. Not because they need something from you, but because they believe in what you represent, believe in you. They believe in the transformation you have undergone and the example you are setting. They see someone who can guide others, yes, through their own darkness, because you have been there and you found the way out. They see you as someone who can hold space for other people's pain, for others, because you have learned to hold your own. They see you as someone who can lead with compassion and integrity, because you have been forged in the fire and you have kept your soul intact. One of the things I hear them saying about you, one of the things that really stands out is how you have maintained such a big heart through everything. Most people would have shut down. Most people would have built walls so high that no one could ever get in again. Most people would have become bitter, resentful, cold. But you haven't. You've stayed open. You've stayed vulnerable. You have stayed loving. And that, more than anything else, is what sets you apart. That's what makes you a hero in their eyes. Not your strength, although you have that in abundance. Not your resilience, although that's undeniable, but your heart, your beautiful heart, your kind heart. Your willingness to keep loving in a world that's given you so many reasons to stop. And there is something about the way you do it that's so authentic. You don't just talk about love or compassion. You actually live it. You show up for people in real, tangible ways. You offer your time, your energy, your wisdom, and you do it without expecting anything in return. You do it because it's who you are, because you cannot imagine being any other person, any other way. And that kind of authenticity is magnetic. It draws people to you. It makes them trust you. It makes them believe in you. It makes them want to be around you, to learn from you, to soak up whatever it's you have to have that they are missing. This influential group, they are not just impressed by your success. They're impressed by how you achieve it. They are impressed by the character you displayed along the way. They have watched you navigate situations that would have caused most people to compromise their values, and you held strong. They have watched you deal with people who tried to take advantage of you, and you set boundaries with grace. They have watched you build something beautiful from almost nothing, and they know it wasn't luck. It was vision. It was determination. It was an unshakable belief that something better than was possible. And now they are saying you are the chosen one. The chosen one. And I want you to let that land. Not in the way that makes you feel pressure, but in a way that makes you feel seen. Not in a way that makes you feel like you have to be perfect, but in a way that makes you feel like you have been recognized for exactly who you are. All of it. The messy parts, the broken parts, the parts that are still healing. They are choosing you because all of it. Because of all of it. They are seeing you. You're like a hero because all of it. And that might be the hardest part, isn't it? I mean, accepting your own greatness, owning your own power, letting go of the stories that told you you were not enough, that told you you were just lucky, that told you anyone could have done what you did. Those stories were never true. They were never true. They were just survival mechanisms, ways to keep you small when the world was trying to make you feel even smaller. But you are not small. You never were. You never were. You've always been this force, this light, this presence that cannot be ignored. It just took everything you went through for you to fully realize it. I want you to think about the people who are surrounding you now. The ones in this influential group. They are not just looking at you for what you can do for them. They are looking at you with a deep respect and reverence because they see someone who's been through the fire and come out the other side with wisdom, with compassion, with an unshakable sense of purpose. They see someone who's already proven they can handle things. That would break most people. They see someone who's already demonstrated the kind of integrity and strength that's needed for the next level, the next chapter, the next big thing. And one more thing, something that really powerful that I think you need to hear. The fact that people are saying you are a hero, that this influential group is deeply respecting you and seeing you as a chosen one. It's not just about what you have done. It's also about what you represent to them. You represent hope. You represent the possibility of transformation. You represent the idea that no matter how dark things get, no matter how much you lose, no matter how many times you fall, you can still rise. You can still become something beautiful and strong and powerful. And in a world that feels increasingly chaotic and hopeless, that representation is everything. You are everything.